Year-old boy fatally shot in East Point pleads for justice. And this is from Atlanta News First. This child was only outside for no more than 5 minutes, and someone knocked on the mother's door and told her that her son was shot. And the reason I'm making this video, I don't know how many people are going to watch it, but I had to express myself. Something has to change. Something has to change. And the whole cast of characters coming out saying we need gun reform and we need morality reform in this country, because it doesn't make any sense why so many people are being killed. And this is just the people that are being killed, not to mention people who are being shot and stabbed that end up surviving. But, from old to young, and you have these politicians coming out talking about poverty. You saw over the weekend, Memorial Weekend, how the mayor that was newly elected by the people said how poverty was to play. And I don't believe that. There are so many people who are struggling and poor out here, and they don't choose to commit crimes, shoplift, kill, steal, rape, rob, go get themselves strung off on drugs. There's so many people out here that's struggling, and they're not going to the worst places that a human can go, is to kill another human being. This little boy was outside. He didn't do anything to anyone. And someone just shot him in the chest and he died. And it's horrible. So this article by Amanda Rose came out June 6th. I'll leave a link in the description. It's unimaginable reality for one Atlanta mother. Her only son bled to death Saturday night. And she says that I found my baby laying on his stomach, gasping for air, said Joy Black, the victim's mother. Just minutes before King Javier Black had been safe with his family. Joy Black and her 16-year-old daughter says the family had returned home from swimming at a nearby aquatic center when King said he wanted to go outside and play with friends. Moments later, someone knocked on their front door with the news that her boy had been shot. I just went to him. I told him, I love you, stay strong. I need you, stay strong. Mommy's here. We have to do something differently. We can't keep making excuses of why things like this is happening. It has nothing to do with poverty. It's a severe lack of morality. A couple of days ago, a 16-year-old was killed outside of her school in Atlanta. I mean, it's just on and on and on, so many of these cities. And I'm sick of Black people being the poster child for criminal justice reform in the form of defunding the police, soft on crime, soft on prosecution. No, we need to be the champions of law enforcement and making sure that people are brought to justice and weeded out of our communities that's doing stuff like this, so our children can be safe to go outside and play. Law enforcement needs to be reformed in many ways, but law enforcement shouldn't be the enemy. So many of us are concerned about law enforcement. Sign up to join the police academy, become lawyers, become judges, get involved in careers that's related to the criminal justice system. You want to talk about the root causes of poverty in this country? Well, you support people who, like, for example, the Biden administration, letting millions upon millions of illegal asylum seekers, because they don't have legitimate asylum claims, come into the country. And don't take your frustrations out on them, because they're gaming the system. If Canada were offering free housing, food, cell phone, medical, all kinds of stuff, I think I'd probably go up there with my kids too. So, I mean, you all wait on waiting lists for years and years to get housing choice vouchers, Section 8, affordable housing. You wait on waiting lists for years. But yet, when these people just walk across the border, the government is bending over backwards, finding them hotels, finding them you know, all kinds of accommodations. They're not doing that for us. And it's really a shame that the communities are spiraling out of control like this. Imagine if you send your child to school, or if your child or grandchild, or if your child or grandchild goes outside to play, and a few minutes later, someone's knocking on the door saying they're shot. It's happened so much. It happens so much. And this little boy, King Black, I hope that he rests in peace. He's just a little child that went outside to have a fun time to play.
Fox 5 sat down with her as she recalls the tragic moments her son was taken away from her. Thanks so much for joining us today. For Fox 5 News at 4, I'm Christine Spiro. We begin with that mother's pain. Police say it happened Saturday inside a house not far from where King Black lived. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from East Point Police Headquarters with more on this tragic shooting. What happened, Angelique?
This mom said she took her son swimming all day Saturday. She says it was a great day. They had a really good time. When they got home, he asked to go outside and play. She agreed, but she says less than 10 minutes later, someone knocked on her door and said the rising fourth grader had been shot.
I'm heartbroken. I feel like I'll never be the same. I lost part of me.
Mom Joy Black is in disbelief. She clings to her daughter as she looks at the spot where her 9-year-old son, King Black, collapsed after police say someone shot him in the chest Saturday around 6:45 p.m. at a house on East Washington Avenue. His mother says her son, who was a hugger and gravitated towards people, was the love of her life.
It's like, Mom, I'm just go outside for a little bit. And then he was just like, I love you. And I was like, I love you too, babe. And we walked out the door. I got a knock on my door not even 5 minutes later. It's like we weren't even home 10 minutes. And it was just like, King's been shot.
Miss Black says her son,
King Black, I hope that he rests in peace. He's just a little child that went outside to have a fun time to play. And this is what happened to him. And I'm sure we've seen in the news where babies have been shot. It's no excuse. Any politician that's coming to you, that's telling you, or any so-called community organizer that's saying that there's an excuse for why this stuff is happening, and it's because people are poor, then you let them know that's not acceptable. And ask them, what are they doing to make sure that the Americans are getting housing? What are they doing to make sure that all of us have health care? What are they doing? Because if I were a Venezuelan migrant to just walk across the border, I would be getting housing, food, medical, all kinds of stuff. But as an American, if I needed those things, I would have to either go without or get it the good old-fashioned way by paying for it. So we need to remember this young man, King Black, and we need to remember all of the children that deserve the right to be able to go outside and play without having to play on a dirty street, be subjected to criminal activity, and be subjected to not coming home for the evening because someone, unfortunately, has taken their life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. We have to do something differently. There are people over, and local cities and counties and states have to get help for food, shelter, clothing, medical, all kinds of stuff. We're right here in this country. We're here. Take advantage of the opportunities that are here. Talk to your local elected officials. Talk to those people that are coming in your communities asking for your votes. Talk to those that have already been elected. Find out what are they going to do. Organize with the people in your communities to make sure your communities are safe and to make sure that those that are responsible for handling the people's business that you put in office are getting you the resources that you need to live your version of the American dream. Peace.